It was a crisp, cold morning in Rome, the 15th of March, 44 BC, the day that would forever alter the course of history. Julius Caesar, the once great general who had crossed the Rubicon and declared himself dictator for life, had gained more power than any Roman had ever held. His rule threatened to crush the centuries-old republic, and whispers of betrayal and revenge filled the air. But no one could have predicted how the day would unfold. As the Senate gathered in the Theater of Pompey, a sense of tension hung thick in the air. Caesar had grown confident in his supremacy, but something felt wrong. His closest allies, the ones he trusted the most, had begun to distance themselves, offering no more than hollow smiles and feigned loyalty. Among them was Brutus, the young senator who had been like a son to Caesar, and his conspirator, Cassius. They had been plotting for weeks, but would they strike today? As Caesar entered the Senate chamber, his usual swagger was replaced with a fleeting moment of uncertainty. There, before him, stood the Senate. He had no idea that this day would mark the beginning of the end. His toga brushed the marble floor as he took his seat, and a strange feeling lingered in his chest, a feeling he couldn't quite shake off. He looked out at the faces before him, some expressionless, others with tense eyes. Among them, Brutus stood close to him, almost too close for comfort. Caesar smiled at him, perhaps unaware of the dagger that awaited. Then the unthinkable happened. With a sudden movement, Casca, a fellow senator, lunged forward and struck Caesar's neck. Shocked gasps rippled through the room, but Caesar, still standing tall, turned around, only to see Brutus, the one he had always trusted, raise his blade. The sight was almost too much for Caesar to bear, and in his final breath, he uttered the now famous words, "Et Brute." The knife went in, the ultimate betrayal. What followed was chaos. Senators scrambled in fear, unsure of whether they had just made the right decision or unleashed a force they could not control. Caesar's blood pooled on the cold stone floor, and the Republic's fate hung in the balance. But as the conspirators fled the scene, a new wave of uncertainty washed over Rome. Mark Antony, Caesar's loyal supporter, now saw an opportunity to rise in power. Would he avenge Caesar's death, or would another power struggle begin, tearing Rome apart at its very core? Rome was on the edge of a precipice, and history would never be the same.